Hello Queens, hoping you're doing well and inspiring all those who encounter you wherever you go. If you're new to this channel, thanks for stopping by and please do subscribe. Trust me, it will be worth your while. Also, make it a point to like, share and comment. We love to hear your views. To our returning Queens, a special shout out to you. Thank you so much for your continued support. Let's get right ahead with today's crowning moment. Today we are crowning an accomplished and well-acclaimed Queen CHIMAMANDA NGOZI ADICHIE for her latest offering, a book titled Notes of Grief, published on 11 May 2021. Adichie was born in the city of Enugu in Nigeria and grew up as the fifth of 6 children in an Igbo family in the university town of Nsukka in Enugu State. Her work has been translated into 30 languages and has appeared in various publications, including the New York Times, the O. Henry Prize Stories, and Financial Times, amongst many more. An exquisite work of meditation, remembrance, and hope, Notes of Grief is a book written in the wake of CHIMAMANDA NGOZI ADICHIE's beloved father's death in the summer of 2020. As the COVID-19 pandemic raged around the world and kept Adichie and her family members separated from one another, her father succumbed unexpectedly to complications of kidney failure. Expanding on her original New Yorker piece, Adichie shares how this loss shook her to her core. She writes about being one of the millions of people grieving this year, about the cultural dimensions of grief, and also about the loneliness and anger that are unavoidable in it. With signature precision of language, devastating detail on the page, and never without touches of rich, honest humor, Adichie weaves together her own experience of her father's death with threads of his life story, from his remarkable survival during the Biafran War through a long career as a statistics professor into the days of the pandemic in which he'd stay connected with his children and grandchildren over video chat from the family home in Aba, Nigeria. In the 80-page book, Adichie delivers a gem of a book that fundamentally connects us to one another as it interrogated one of the most universal human experiences, death. Notes of Grief is a book for this moment, a book readers will treasure and share now more than ever, and yet will prove durable and timeless, an indispensable addition to Adichie's collection. The book has received glowing reviews since its release. Adichie recounts her efforts to cope with her loss, to accept condolences, to carry out the inevitable rituals of death. Her dad emerges as a wise, a kind, thoughtful, and understanding presence throughout Notes of Grief. The loveliest writing, however, is not about James Adichie, but about the anguish and longing his death produces in those who suffer his absence most acutely. In death, those we love become more than we understood, more than we can ever remember alone. Adichie appreciates his power. This is a review by Carlos Lozada of the Washington Post. Another review from Booklist says, Adichie's exquisitely forthright chronicle of grief generously articulates the harrowing amplification of sorrow, helplessness, and loss during the COVID-19 pandemic, an intimate and essential illumination of a tragic time. A review by Nilanjana Roy of Financial Times says, it is the sense of disbelief, the messiness and confusion with which we meet the loss of our loved ones that Adichie describes so well. Upon hearing the news about her father's death, she collapses, and she writes about the collapse unsparingly. More than any other piece I've read recently, Adichie's book captures the harshness of mourning in a time of pandemic. Sarojini Selpasad from Bookpage reviews the book and says, what is most memorable in this tribute is Adichie's father's love for his family and their enduring love for him. Adichie simply calls him the loveliest man, a raw, moving account of mourning and loss. Adichie's memoir reminds us there is no right or wrong way to grieve, and that celebrating life every day is the best way to honor our loved ones. Sadly, Adichie has also recently lost her beloved mother, probably at a time she was ready to publish this book, not knowing her surviving parent was to follow a few months down the line. The author took to Instagram and penned down her feelings regarding the devastation she felt upon losing both her parents in a matter of months. Sharing images of herself with her mother, Grace Adichie, CHIMAMANDA NGOZI ADICHIE also attached a note which read, How does a heart break twice? To still be immersed in grief, barely breathing again, and then to be plunged callously back into a sorrow you cannot even articulate. How can my mother be gone forever, and so soon after my father? My warm, loving, funny, kind, quick-witted, beautiful mother, unconditional supporter and cheerleader of her children, fun and funny, source of delicious sarcasm, style icon, so sharply observant, she never missed a thing. May the dear souls of James and Grace Adichie rest in eternal peace. This indeed is a bittersweet crowning moment for Adichie. We celebrate and salute her outstanding writing, talent, and in particular, we crown her for her brand new book, Notes of Grief. But sadly, it is under circumstances of loss. We send love and prayers to you, Queen. Hope you found this episode informative and inspiring. Do visit Amazon.com to get yourself a copy of this book. God bless. So there you have it, Queens. Hope you had been inspired by today's video and that you'll go out and be more and do more because you deserve a full life. Before you go, remember, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of this inspiring content, and do share my link with your circle of queens. Until next time, keep inspiring.